I had done emergency general surgery throughout the pandemic, and we had stayed busy, but all healthcare systems were struggling financially. And there was a message sent to clinicians that we weren't productive enough.
How is that received?
It was a bitter pill to swallow. I will not lie. And I am not, it is not a criticism of our leadership at that time, because if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
And that was sort of where I started peeling back layers of the onion. And there were circumstances that I don't believe in coincidence. Let me say it that way. I believe that the universe is too elegant for coincidence. And there were a series of things that happened in my personal life with my parents and my husband's parents, none of whom are in Atlanta, that forced me to take a step back from the operating room so that I could be where I needed to be from a family perspective. That ultimately led me to having bandwidth during hours that would normally be clinical and operative prime time, that allowed me to show up to revenue cycle process improvement meetings that I would have never gone to if I'd been in the operating room or the clinic. And that was where I started learning more about the inefficiencies that arise from lack of communication, incorrect assumptions. And let me be clear, I am not criticizing anybody. Everybody wants to do the right thing and everybody wants to do a good job. But despite the fact that we work within the same system, we live in such different worlds that it's really difficult for people to understand each other. So I start showing up to these meetings and I start analyzing denials. And I realized that people are assuming things about the mechanism of a denial because they cannot interpret the clinical documentation. So I first really started sliding down this slope when I started becoming a translator for clinical documentation for people who were analyzing denials in the revenue cycle.